I'm Hools, and I'm here today to talk about Harmonies.
Harmonies.
Yes, it's a game that my partner got for Christmas, and I forgot to bring a game up with me for the holidays to do a teach, but I was like, I still need a teach, and he got a game, so it worked out very nicely. It is a fun kind of habitat building placement game where you're trying to score the highest amount of points by adding specific tiles in a certain way to collect points based off of cards that you have. If you're able to achieve that pattern, then you achieve those points, and the more of that pattern you get, the bigger the points are.
HoolsRules.
Yeah, we have this wonderful setup here. This is how you set up the game for 3 players. You'll set it up by giving each player 2 nature cards in which they will choose one that they want to try and go for as their goal. Oh. So my cat has decided to continue to sit here, and I don't really want to disturb her, so we're just gonna keep going. In this game, you're going to be taking cards as well as these little tokens here and adding them to your player board. The game will end as soon as one player has 2 or fewer spaces left on their board, or if you run out of these tiles, which I haven't done yet because I've only played it as a 2-player game. What you're also trying to do is you're trying to score specific areas on the board based off of the type of habitat you're placing down. If you have mountains, you only score points if there's another mountain beside it. So what you're gonna be doing is you can select one of the 2 nature cards that you're dealt at the beginning of the game, and this is kind of your own separate goal. It's not private, everyone sees it, but it's also the first card of the game you get, and it'll take up one of the 4 spots you have to play with until you actually complete that goal, as is the same with every other card you collect. So if it's my turn, you actually get these after everything's dealt out, so you have a little bit of an idea of what is going to be out there, but I'm not a very big fan of luck-based games. My partner knows this, and a lot of this is based off of what is drawn under the bag. So even though you have the numbers and you can kind of be like, okay, well, there's going to be less red, so maybe I don't want to go for buildings because there's going to be less of a chance of me actually selecting a building on there or getting a building to build. Unfortunately, you could also be like, hey, there's 23 waters, and you see 2 waters in the first 3 rounds, and then you're kind of like, well, that was my strategy, and it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna pick one of these cards, and then you're gonna put it in your first spot here. I'm gonna start actually with this lovely card here. I'm gonna put it here. The other one goes discarded. And you're gonna put your little white cube in the top there just to signify that as the special card. And now it'll go with the first player. So as the first player, they'll select a card from here to add to their display, but every single turn you have to select something from here, which means you cannot pass if you're like, I don't like any of these options, I'm gonna wait. Which means you might get stuck with tiles that are not useful for any of your cards, but the tiles do potentially score at the end of the round, even if you don't get them for your cards. You do score at the end of the game, so you don't score as you go. As you see, there's no scoreboard, but you're gonna kind of keep track of that, and you can only clear cards once you've completed the objective on them. So you'll see these cards here. They have the tile pattern that you're trying to achieve, and then they have 3 different levels of that. So if you're able to achieve that pattern 3 different times, then you get the 16 points. Otherwise, if you only achieve it 1 time, you'll get 4 points. So that's kind of how the points work. You also notice that there is a cube on the placement there. So if you put a cube on a tile, it can't be used for any other card. So keep that in mind. If you have a bunch of mountains that are singular that need cubes, you can't double up on that. So you kind of have to keep in mind for placement in that regard. Once you grab a card, you'll put it in front of you, and you have 4 slots here. Once they're filled up, you can't add any more. But as soon as you add a card there, you're going to take the cubes here, and you're going to put a cube on each of the squares, which basically just means you don't score until those cubes go on your board. And then once you have achieved that placement, you'll put that cube on that tile. Once you've achieved it 3 times, there are some that are 4, there's some that are 2, depending on the difficulty of the card. You're able to move that off to the side and clear the area for another card in the future. You can take 1 card per turn, and you do not have to take a card, but you always have to take tiles. Once your turn's over, you'll refill the tiles here, and you will refill the cards as well, so that there's always the same options for everyone, and then you continue going around. So the game will then end when there's a board that has 2 or fewer tiles that are empty on theirs, and you'll play out the entire round. So if I did that and the first player is over here, then this player would get 1 more turn, but first player would not get another turn. So if they ended the game, then they would stop everyone from having another turn. That is how the game is played, and whoever has the most points wins. You have this fancy, or you have this nice little score tracker keeper here. There's just a tip for anyone who wants to save paper or plays games a lot and doesn't want to run out. You can laminate these and use dry erase, which is one of my favorite tips that I do. You can also, if you don't have a laminator at home, because who has a laminator at home, you can tape them. Sometimes I actually have a game where I taped just like clear tape over top of them. It works the same. So hot tip there. It's not just accessibility, but it's also about being frugal. Welcome to Who's Rules. Okay, so I'm gonna play through and do a time lapse of the game, and then you can skip to the end as I do the point count if you want.
Okay, so unfortunately there were some technical difficulties and my camera shut off and didn't finish recording and didn't tell me that I stopped recording. So you don't get to see the full live through, and I don't think anyone's watching anyway, so that's okay. But I will add up the points that we have here. This person did very good and I did not do so well. And I understand that I'm both people, but it feels like I'm not, you know? No way that makes sense. Okay, so we start by adding up points for each tree. And you score trees by 0 if they're just brown and they have no leaves on them. If they're just a 1 tile, they're 1 point. 2 tiles, they're 3 points. 3 tiles, they're 7 points. So we have 19 for here and 21 for this one. Then you score your mountains. You score mountains only if they are beside other mountains. 1 point for 1 height mountain, 3 points for a 2 height mountain, 7 points for a 3 height mountain. So this one has 1, 2, 3. This one's got 3 2s, so that's 9 and 3. And then we have our fields, which you only score if you have 2 or more connected, but any more than 2, it doesn't add any extra. So you don't want to make a drought field. One has 1, 2 field is 5, and then that's 1, 2, 3, so that is 15. And then we get buildings. You only score if there are 3 or more different types around it. So I have a water, field, and tree. So it's actually, I guess, a good thing that I put that tree there. So that will be 5 points for that one building. And then over here, there's no points for those buildings there, but they did score nicely on their other card. And then you get, for this side, you get points for longest river. So that's 3, which is 5. Over here, that is 5, which is 11. And then you score for your individual cards. So I'll just do that quick here. We got 11, we got 10, we got 4, and then we get 9 for this card. Then over here, we have 10, we have 16, 18, and then 1 point for every field by itself, which is really nice. So that's, ooh, that is 25 points. So let me just do some quick math. So we got 77 for this one and 119 for that one. So yeah, that's Harmonies. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed, let me know. If you want to see a different game, let me know. This game plays 1 to 4, so if you want to see the solo variant, I can do that as well. If there's a game I don't have, I'll probably get the game and then learn it and teach it to you, because I love games so much and I want to engage with you. If you don't want to hear anything at all, you can comment, and I'm just going to delete your comment because I don't like mean people. I just like talking about games, so thank you. It's been a pleasure teaching you, and I hope you learned something fun. I hope you can take this away and take it to your own tables, and if not, you know what? That's fine too. I hope you enjoyed the video. If not, then that's also fine too. You can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. And this has been HoolsRules. I am Hools, and remember, have fun.